I ranked every single Black Ops 2 Zombies weapon from worst to best. It only took me 13 years, lads, so you know, sorry for the delay. I was a bit busy. For this list, we're including both normal and wonder weapons. So let me know what you think of this list. You know, you can leave a like if you like this list, or if you don't like the list, you can leave a fat dislike. And you can let me know in the comments how much you personally dislike me because you have a different opinion than me. Cheers. So a quick disclaimer, I'm going to be taking into account the Pack-a-Punch version of these guns mainly, and I'm also going to be ranking only the upgraded versions of the staffs, and I'm only going to use the upgraded version of the Blundergat, the Vitrolic Withering, because I cannot be asked to do the other ones, to be honest. So the checklist I'm going to be using to rank these guns is, first of all, the stats of the weapon. I think that's quite important. The ease of use of the weapon, you know, for an example, if a gun has a lot of recoil, I'm probably going to knock down a few points on that. Ability to kill, if it can kill zombies, that's generally pretty good for a weapon, but you know, I could be wrong. As well as ease of access. For example, if there's a gun in the box that has similar stats to a gun on the wall, I'm probably going to favor the gun on the wall because you can buy more ammo and therefore kill more zombies with it. As well as this, I'm also going to be ranking them just on the vibe of the weapon, you know, some weapons just have a bit of a vibe to them. And lastly, I'm going to be taking into account guns doing what they are supposed to do. Guns that you're going to use in the natural progression of the game, I'm going to favor. For an example, if there's an SMG on the wall, you're going to use that to build up points. I'm not going to like rank it ridiculously high, but I'm going to favor it a little bit more than the normal weapon that is more powerful, because obviously these guns on the wall, like an SMG for an example, are built to build up points, so I'm going to rank it accordingly to that. But I'm not going to get carried away with it. I'm not going to put the MP5 at number 10 for an example. So, you know, hopefully you get the idea of it. Enough chitter chat, let's get right into the rankings. Oh boy, I hate my life. Right, coming in at number 57, the worst weapon in Black Ops 2 Zombies, say it with me now, the ballistic knife. I mean, it's not even really a weapon, is it? I don't know what yeah. It's a knife that you can get out the box. It's got like a few knives that you can shoot at zombies. I think it can like knife if you Pack-a-Punch it up until like round 10 or so. I'm not including the co-op version of it because I have no one to play with. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you use it to knife zombies. It's not really that good. At number 56, we've got the SMR, probably one of the most clowned guns in zombies history by COD Zombies YouTubers. And rightfully so. I mean, this is a semi-auto rifle you can only get out the box. So you would think it would actually do at least somewhat bit of damage, but it actually doesn't do that. It's basically a pea shooter. If you Pack-a-Punch it and get double tap, it'll do okay on like round 20s or so. Yeah, I mean, just look at that bullet spread. Do I really have to say more? The accuracy is awful. So yeah. At number 55, I'm going to put the War Machine, possibly the worst described weapon in COD Zombies history, the War Machine, because it's not really a war machine, is it? No. I mean, the non-upgraded version of this gun is literally just pathetic, but when you upgrade it, the grenades actually at least just explode on impact, but every explosive on this game is just really, really bad. And this one is just, it's not good. It doesn't really do any damage, so yeah. At number 54, we've got the Cap 40. This is a machine pistol that you can only get out the box. It has very little ammo, and it does barely any damage. I mean, the only good thing about it, I guess you could get out the box and use it to build some points, but apart from that, you're never ever really going to be like actually using this weapon. At number 53, sticking with the Cap 40 theme, we've got the Shickum, or the Chickum, however you say it. Is it a machine pistol? Is it an SMG? No one really knows. It's like, it wants to be both. It's the same thing with the Cap 40. It's a burst like machine pistol or SMG that you can only get out the box, has very little ammo, and again, it just does barely any damage. Although I think it's the gun that you are most mobile with the game, so there's an upside there, but again, this gun again isn't very good. Number 52, we've got another machine pistol, the B23R, but this one is slightly better than the other ones because you can actually buy it off the wall, and it's actually in locations that are in the natural progression of the game. For example, on the bus on transit, you're probably going to buy this thing on the bus, or buy that dog on Mob of the Dead. So yeah, it's a burst machine pistol, similar to the last two guns. It has low ammo, doesn't do any damage, but this one is a wall weapon, so you can competently use it to build points and get through those early rounds, so it's not as terrible as the last two. At number 51, we're going to continue my hate for explosive weapons on this game with the RPG. So yeah, this is a launcher that is actually pretty powerful. It's not as powerful as a launcher should be, but it still does a good amount of damage. And it is fully auto, you can launch like all of your 20 rockets at once. But this thing just has 0 ammo, so I can't rank it any higher. A lot of people like to rank this high because it does a fair bit of damage, but you're going to burn through your ammo and then you're going to get caught with your dick in your hand. Look at you, this is you, your dick is in your hand, you've been caught. And again, with the lack of PhD on this game, it's not really going to be able, you're not going to be able to use it on a lot of maps. You're only going to be able to use it on maps where there's PhD, or you can get it as a perma perk, so it doesn't really have a use or an existence on this game, to be honest. Coming in at number 50, and I'll admit this one may be a bit unjust and maybe doesn't deserve to be here, but I'm just blinded by my hatred for this weapon, and that's the Type 25. Like, when you think about it, it's an assault rifle you can only get out the box, has a fair bit of recoil, and it doesn't really do any damage, so you're just going to burn through all your ammo, and it doesn't even do a lot of damage anyway. And again, you're just going to be looking there like, so what do I do now? I mean, like, in the gameplay, I literally ran out of ammo so quickly that I had to use a mod menu to give me more ammo so I could, like, fill up the time with this weapon. Like, that, it's not a bad gun per se, just it has 0 ammo. At number 49, we've got the S12. This is a semi-auto shotgun that you can only get out the box, and when pack-a-punch, this thing only has 60 bullets, so, or shells, whatever you want to call it. So it actually does a fair bit of damage, to be fair. It's on the lower end of the damage spectrum with regards to other shotguns, but because of the lack of ammo, I just have to rank it quite low. At number 48, we've got the Remington. Very similar stats to the S12, however, this is a wall buy, so you could therefore buy more ammo. Honestly, probably an inferior weapon to the S12, but because you could buy more ammo and therefore you could kill more zombies, I'm ranking it a bit higher. But ultimately, I feel like the wall buy locations are in really weird places, and honestly, as a gun, I don't think this is that good, to be honest. At 47, I've got the Olympia. I'm sorry, Olympia gun. I feel like, are you angry at me? I feel like you're a little bit angry at me. Yeah, this is only 500 points, so it's really good for a 500 point gun. It can only fire 2 shells at a time though, although when you pack a punch it, it does get incendiary rounds, which is cool.
Because I like to watch zombies burn.
Overall, At number 46, we've got the FAL. I'm going to ignore the fact that if you add the letter I to this gun's name, it becomes the fail. But apart from that, yeah. This is a semi-auto rifle you can get out the box. When you upgrade it, it does become a 3-round burst, which I really dislike. That's probably the reason that it's so low, but the damage is actually pretty decent. It's got a good amount of ammo, but just a 3-round burst, I hate. I would probably prefer it just stay semi-auto or just become fully automatic, but it doesn't do that. At 45, we've got the M16, another wall weapon you can get. This is, yeah, it's a 3-round burst assault rifle. When you upgrade it, it becomes fully automatic, but the damage is just pretty lackluster, I feel, compared to the other assault rifles in this game. I feel like the damage on this gun is quite low compared to the others. It also has a grenade launcher, but that is just absolutely pathetic, so I'm not even going to talk about that. Overall, there's just better options on the wall. At number 44, we've got the Barrett. Now, compared to all the other guns so far, this gun does so much more damage than them, but compared to the other sniper rifles, this gun, first of all, it has very little ammo compared to the other sniper rifles, but just being able to use it, like you shoot it and then all of a sudden you're aiming at the ceiling because the recoil is so high that it's just almost unusable. You can't really use it to run around. You could maybe use it if you're sitting in a camping spot, but it also has a lot less damage compared to some of the other sniper rifles in this game. So it's mainly just the actual using the sniper rifle that I have a problem with. At number 43, we've got the Ballista. Now, this thing does do a lot less damage than the Barrett. However, first of all, it's a wall buy, so you're able to buy a lot more ammo, obviously. But second of all, it's got iron sights, which I really like, because I can actually see my surroundings. I can see around me, which generally is a pretty good thing in zombies. But ultimately, it's just on the wall and you can get more ammo. That's why I've ranked it higher than the Barrett, but there's not a lot between them, to be honest. At 42, we've got the M14. Olympia gang hates me right now. They absolutely hate me, but this is a gun that everybody is going to use in any given zombies game because it's just a 500 point wall buy. It's in most of the spawn rooms. You're just going to pick it up, use it to get through those early rounds, use it to build points. And I'll tell you what, when you pack a punch this thing, it actually does do quite a lot of damage. It's actually pretty competent on like round 20s or so, so it's not too bad. At number 41, we've got the MP5. This is a great SMG that you can buy on the wall. It's great for building points. It's great in those early to mid rounds, and also when you're going for high rounds on maps where you've only got a Mark II and the ray gun, you're going to use this gun a lot to build up points and use it to swap the Mark II out the box to try and get it again, so it actually can be quite useful in high rounds to build up those points for that. And you know, damage wise, it's okay, it's nothing amazing, so that's why it's at number 41. And number 40, you've got the AK-74U. Now this gun does more damage than the MP5, and again, it's an SMG that you can buy on the wall. It's always in really nice locations that you're going to use in a natural progression of the game. Just pick it up, build some points. Pretty much what I said about the MP5, but this one does more damage. At number 39, we've got the M8A1. I mean, this is a 4-round burst weapon, and I don't like burst weapons, to be honest with you. I think they're quite annoying. But for an assault rifle, this thing's, you know, it's pretty middle of the road. It's okay. It's not too bad. It's also not too good. It's nothing amazing. You can only get out of the box. Oh wait, is that true? I'm pretty sure you can only get it out of the box, but, you know, it's got decent ammo. When you pack it, you get that nice red dot sight. It's got a little bit of recoil, so, you know, yeah, it's not too bad. At number 38, we've got the M1216. I've separated this quite far away from the other shotguns because I actually really like this gun. It does more damage and it's got more ammo than the other shotguns previously listed, and it's a really good option on those survival maps where you don't really have that many good guns. This is like a great option on those maps to have like sort of like a power weapon that you could use to just bulldoze anything in your way, and it's really great at doing that, so that's why I've ranked it a little bit higher than the other shotguns. At number 37, we've got the MP40. This is basically a better MP5, a better AK-74U. It does more damage than both of them. It's really great on Origins when you get to round 8, you realize, I don't have a staff, let me buy the MP40 and use it to, you know, run around and try and kill the Panzer, so it's really great at that. Just a great starting weapon on Origins to, you know, build up your points and get through those early rounds, so yeah, number 37, I think pretty good fit for the MP40. 36, we've got the PDW, another SMG that you could buy on the wall. It does less damage than an MP40, but I just feel like it's a bit easier to use and it has so much more ammo, so you're not going to be continuously going to the wall to buy more ammo, so yeah. 35, we've got another SMG you can buy on the wall. Whoa, we would have seen that coming. The Mini Uzi. I mean, first of all, how cool is this gun? Like, it's just so fun and cool to use. And it does more damage than any of the SMGs listed so far. But, you know, it's an SMG. I've already talked about loads of SMGs, you know what I feel about them. Number 34, another Mobile Dead exclusive, the AK-47. I remember when this was released, everyone was so hyped about it, and it's a bit lackluster compared to how hyped it was, but this is still a great option for an assault rifle. It actually does a lot more damage than most other assault rifles, but it's just the ammo situation again, and it's only in the box, so you're going to get out of the box, and you're probably going to burn through the ammo really quickly, but still a great option nevertheless. And number 33, we've got maybe just the coolest gun in COD Zombies history, the Tommy gun, or the M1927. Wow. I mean, yeah, you could get this thing on the wall, and because of its drum mag, it's got so much ammo, and I tell you what, when you pack a bunch of this thing, the damage is actually pretty good. But you're mainly going to use this thing, you're going to go down to the dock, you're going to run around, build up points, and it absolutely excels at doing that. And number 32, we've got a pistol, the 5.7. I'm not sure why this thing does so much damage, but it does. I mean, it's just a tiny little pistol, but it does a lot more damage than some of the guns listed so far. And on some of the maps, I think on Origins is a wall buy, is on a wall buy anywhere else, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, you're going to be really mobile with this thing, and it does a lot of damage. What more can I say? Number 31, we've got the MTAR, just a solid weapon to get out the box, really. It has a decent amount of ammo when you pack it, you get that red dot sight, although I don't know what an MW2 gun is doing in Black Ops 2 Zombies, but I'm just going to ignore that. As for the damage, it's pretty good for an assault rifle. It's pretty just standard assault rifle, what more can I say? And number 30, we've got the M27, a gun that only exists on Nuketown, which is such a shame because it's such a fun weapon to use. It's got a great red dot sight, it's got basically zero recoil. The ammo situation is decent, and ultimately it's got very similar stats to the MTAR, although it does do a bit more damage. Come on, how can you not love this gun? God, I love it so much. At number 29, we've got the KSG, a gun that I'm very biased to because I absolutely love this gun. First of all, ignoring the fact that in multiplayer, this thing is basically a sniper, and in Zombies, to be fair, the range is also amazing. The pack-punch version of its name is called the Mistmaker. Apart from that being my nickname in high school, it's a very accurate description of the gun because it turns zombies into mist. You know, what more could you want? It does a lot of damage. I mean, it's got slugs as well, so your aim really doesn't matter when it comes to how good this gun is. But if you shoot them in the head, you're going to have a really good time. It's going to get you very far in the game, but unfortunately, it's only on Origins, and that does kind of suck. At number 28, we've got the Python. It's just a great revolver to use. Very high damage. It's got a decent amount of ammo. What more could you want? I don't know. Yeah, no, but you can only get out of the box and you'll be able to one-tap the zombies to a very good round, so it'll do you very good. At number 27, we've got the Remington New Model Army. Literal identical stats to the Python, but it looks cooler. I mean, look at it spin, look at it spin. Whoa, yeah, I love this gun. At number 26, we've got the Dual World 5.7. We talked about the 5.7 earlier, but this time there's 2 of them. So it's double the fun, double the goodness, more ammo. Yeah, man. At number 25, we've got the RPD. Definitely the worst LMG in this game. It has more ammo, but less damage, so I don't think that's that much. Yeah. But you know, it's still an LMG with tons of ammo, so it's still actually a really good gun. Number 24, we've got the Hammer. More damage, but less ammo than the RPD. But ultimately, just the recoil does kind of kill the weapon a little bit, so I've knocked it down a few rankings, just purely because of the recoil, and it's going to be slightly harder to use. But ultimately, again, this is an LMG, still with loads of ammo, so it's still a really good gun. At number 23, I've got the Scorpion, which in hindsight may be a bit too much of a high ranking for a submachine gun, but the damage, first of all, the damage is just ridiculous, but the RPM means that you could just, on like round 30, you could just like free tap a zombie to the head. Like for a submachine gun, that is just absolutely ridiculous. So that's why I've ranked it so high, but to be fair, you are going to run out of ammo really quickly with this thing, but it's just the best SMG on this game by far. At number 22, we've got the STG. I mean, this is an AR you can buy on the wall, so it's already good in my books, but this thing does similar damage to the AN94. It's got a fair bit more ammo than most ARs, and of course it's on the wall, so ammo is not really an issue anyway. It has 0 recoil, and it's really good for on Origins, for an example, when you go into the crazy place, so you're trying to feed souls for your staffs. It's a really good gun to have on the wall to just, you know, go around and feed the souls for your staff, so it's really good in that circumstance, but ultimately it's just a really good strong wall buy. At number 21, we've got the Executioner. This one's a bit different than the other revolvers already ranked because it has a lot more damage and stopping power, assuming that you can actually aim at the zombies correctly. The Python and the RMNA have more accuracy as revolvers, but with the Executioner, if you're actually able to shoot correctly, you can one-shot a zombie until round 35. I mean, yeah, that's just absolutely ridiculous. We've already discussed with revolvers, you're going to be really mobile with this thing. You're going to be able to train really well and do a whole lot of damage. At number 20, we've got the Death Machine, or otherwise known as the Meat Grinder. If there's one thing I love more than using this weapon, it's grinding meat. It's got 550 rounds in each mag it has, so you can just continuously keep firing at the zombies. It's got 0 recoil, it does a good amount of damage, so it's just so fun to use. Like, if you die with this thing, I don't know what to tell you, because you could just continuously keep shooting at the zombies and you'll be alright. At number 19, we've got the Scar H, another Origins exclusive weapon, which, again, it just sucks so much because I wish this gun was on other maps. I mean, what can I say about this thing that hasn't already been said? You upgrade it, you get that great red dot sight, and this thing just melts the zombies. It does so much damage. It's got so much ammo, so, you know, it is a box weapon though. Number 19, the Scar. Chef's kiss. At number 18, we've got the Galil, another assault rifle, and in my mind, this is the quintessential assault rifle. It's everything an assault rifle should be. It has slightly less damage than Scar H, but it has a greater head, chest, and abdomen multiplier, so assuming you can actually aim with the gun, you're gonna do better with it. It also has more ammo than the Scar H, so that's why I'm ranking it slightly above. But yeah, I mean, everyone loves this gun. Everyone remembers it on Black Ops 1. Nothing bad to say about it. At number 17, we've got the LSAT. Now, this thing has very similar stats to the Hammer. However, first of all, it's a lot easier to use, it's got a lot less recoil, and second of all, you can buy it on the wall in Buried. I know it's only one map, but you can buy an LMG on the wall. It's already got loads of ammo, and you can just keep refilling that ammo. Like, to me, that separates it far from the other 2 LMGs ranked so far. So at number 17, I've got the LSAT purely because you could buy it on the wall. Fight me if you disagree. At number 16, we've got, in my opinion, the best LMG in the whole game, the MG08, another Origins exclusive gun. Yeah, I mean, it does similar damage to the LSAT and Hammer, and it has pretty much similar ammo. However, this thing has ricochet bullets, which is really cool, meaning that you can shoot a bullet at a zombie and it can ricochet into another zombie, so your bullets are more valuable in this gun because you can hit more than one zombie with one bullet, which is really good. So that's pretty much the only reason I've ranked it above the LSAT, to be honest. But how cool is this gun? It's just, oh, it's so cool. At number 15, I've got the Mustang and Sally's. I know that I've just completely dunked on explosive weapons so far in this video, but the damage on these things I just cannot ignore. I know know with regards to PhD and usability, it does lack in that factor, but just the damage on this gun, it has 1,000 direct damage, so if you shoot somebody directly it does 1,000 damage, and with explosive damage it can do up to 1,200, which is just ridiculous. It's like one of the most highest damage guns in the game, and it's a gun that you spawn with, and it's got a lot more ammo than a lot of the other explosives in this game, so that's why I've ranked it so high. It's also a really great gun to shoot Leroy with as well, so there's that. At number 14, we've got the AN-94. I mean, wow, this gun is an assault rifle that you can buy on the wall again. It has very high damage, not as high as some of the other assault rifles. It's just the ammo, like when you pack a punch it, this thing has 650 rounds, and it's also a wall buy, so you're just never ever gonna run out of ammo with this thing, and it does a really good amount of damage, and it's really easy to use with that red dot sight, not a lot of recoil. What more can I say? AN-94, number 14. At number 13, we've got the DSR. Now, if you don't think this should go this high, I honestly don't know what to tell you. This thing does 100 more damage than a Barrett. It's got like double the ammo, and it's so mobile. Like you can run around and easily train with this thing, and when you upgrade it you get reduced weapon sway, so you can very easily just like run around and quick scope, and it does so much damage. It's got like a ×10 headshot multiplier, so it is one of the most powerful guns in the whole game, and it's super easy to use. At number 12, we've got the SVU. Shout out to Crazy Rabbit. This weapon is ridiculous, and it flies under the radar. I've seen it on tier lists being put in like B or A tier. This thing is a straight up S tier for just normal guns. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. It's a semi-auto rifle you can buy on the wall. It has no recoil. It does 900 damage and has a ×10 headshot multiplier. Like you could just sit in a camping spot and just aim down sight and just continuously spam this thing, and you could easily get to like round 40 or 50 by doing that if you just keep continuously buying ammo on the wall. It's absolutely ridiculous. In my opinion, the second best normal gun in the entire game. At number 11, we've got the best non-wonder weapon in the whole game, in my opinion, is the Boomhilda. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. It's the starting pistol you spawn in with on Origin, so all you have to do is pack a punch it and you've got your gun. You can use it to fly around the map, so traversing the map is super easy with this gun, and it does 1,000 damage for a pistol, which is one thing, and the headshot multiplier like is ×50 headshot multiplier. It just melts panzers. This gun is just perfect. You can use it's so easy to run around with. You can use it to train. It's great for when you have like an ice staff and you have this as your secondary. This gun is absolutely perfect. 100% the best gun in the game, non-wonder weapon. Number 10, we've got the worst wonder weapon in the whole game, just the classic ray gun. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with this gun. It does 1,000 damage directly. It can do up to 2,000 damage splash damage, so it's really good in that department. But ultimately, this gun is going to drop off compared to the other wonder weapons. It's eventually just going to start making crawlers, and eventually it will just do no damage to the zombies. You know, you're really mobile with this thing. You can use it to run around very easily. What more can I say about the classic ray gun that hasn't already been said by a million other people? At number 9, despite the fact that this gun is just been dragged down by the zombies community for an eternity, number 9, I'm putting the jet gun. Has the ability to theoretically kill forever and has unlimited ammo, but it breaks if you use it too much, so there's that. So it really depends. It really is kind of a skill issue, like how well can you use it. If you can use it well, it's gonna be okay, but it like you gravitate towards the zombies, which is really annoying. So you shoot it and you gravitate towards them and then they hit you. So I don't really like that, but ultimately I can't ignore the fact that, you know, it's a buildable infinite damage, infinite ammo, but ultimately the using of it is the problem. At number 8, we've got the ray gun Mark II. Providing you shoot the zombies in the head, this thing will do 100,000 damage, and it's a 3-round burst. It's got about 240 ammo, so it's got a fair bit of ammo, but ultimately on high rounds on survival maps, you are going to be swapping this thing out continuously, trying to get it out of the box. But yeah, it's a massive upgrade to the normal ray gun. Obviously, 100,000 damage compared to like 1,000 damage is a pretty big upgrade, but you know, not too good at maths, so you tell me. Yeah, really easy to use. You can run around with it, and you can also use it to like fly around maps, similar to the Boomhilda, so it's got that going for it. I think the number 8 spot is pretty solid for the Mark II. At number 7, I've got the Paralyzer now. This is a bit of a weird one because it does a lot of damage, 310,000 damage. However, it just takes so long to kill the zombies. Obviously, when you shoot it, it slows the the zombies down, so it's good in that department, and it could be a really good gun to save you when you can slow down the zombies or use it to fly over them. Ultimately, I think just because it takes so long to kill and you can only really use it when you're sitting on the bank, and it eventually is going to drop off, so I think that's why I've put it at number 7. But ultimately, it's a very fun gun to use. You can use it to fly around, use it to get to places you haven't even unlocked yet, so it's a really fun weapon to use, but you do need a bit of skill to use it. Moving on to number 6, we've got the wind staff. Now, up until round 20, the single shot on this staff acts as sort of like a thunder gun, which is pretty cool, but it does drop off after that. Its charge shot is almost like the wind staff. It creates like a nice little tornado and kills everything inside it, so that's pretty good. However, the ammo on this staff is just really low. If it's got the lowest ammo compared to any other staff, and obviously ammo is just a really big thing on high rounds, so you're not going to be able to use this thing that much because you're just going to burn through all your ammo. But ultimately, it's still a really good weapon that could get you to a very good round. At number 5, we've got the fire staff. Now, in my mind, this thing is the most well-rounded staff. Its single shot is good, its charged up magma shot thingy is pretty good, and it has a pretty good amount of ammo. I think it's only the lightning staff has more ammo than this one, so it's really well-rounded, but it just doesn't really excel in anything in particular. But ultimately, this thing is a staff still, so it's really good at just getting you through those early to mid rounds, but you're not really going to be using this thing on high rounds. And for the casual play, this thing's going to be really good. It's great at saving you, it's great at killing a good horde of zombies, so I don't really have any complaints about this staff. At number 4, we've got the Blundergat, aka the Acid Gat, aka the Vitrolic Withering. This thing doesn't really kill that well compared to the other wonder weapons. It's going to kill to maybe around 30-40. It does 7,500 damage, which is really low compared to the other weapons, but this is the safest weapon in this whole game. You shoot it and you're safe. Everything's okay. It's going to be good. It shoots monkey bombs, so you shoot it and the zombies just run to the monkey bombs. You're really mobile with this thing, but the best thing about it is when you compare it with everything on this map, and that is the shield, the retriever, Electric Cherry, and obviously the Vitrolic Withering, and you're just never gonna die. That's why I put it at 4. A lot of people put it higher, but ultimately this gun is really good for the casual player. It's gonna save you. What more can I say? Vitrolic Withering, number 4. At number 3, I've got the Lightning Staff. Now, the only bad thing about this staff is that it's not good for high rounds. It doesn't really kill into high rounds. That is the only bad thing about this staff. Its damage is a bit lackluster compared to the other staffs, but for the casual game, like for an Easter egg, going for an Easter egg for example, this thing is perfect. It has so much ammo. Single shot is probably the best compared to all the other staffs. Its charge shot does well on the lower rounds, kind of acts as like a little mini Wonder Wolf, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's just really safe. You get stuck in a corner, you could just spam shots and you're gonna be fine. Like, it's just really good for the casual player. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but it's really good in that department, and you're just not really gonna die with this thing, so that's why I put it at number 3, Lightning Staff. At number 2, I've got the Soliquifier. Just misses out on that number 1 spot. For me, this gun is so well-rounded, probably the most well-rounded gun in the whole game. It does 5 million damage, I think it is, so it's going to kill up until about round 100, and then it will start to drop off, but most people aren't going past that anyway. You could use it to train, you can use it to camp in the elevator shaft. Pre-patch version of this gun is number 1, not even close, and there is a way to get the pre-patch version if you shoot that sign. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but yeah, I mean, this thing's got a good amount of ammo. It's just really good to use. It's good at saving you. I think I already said that, but ultimately I think that you do need a bit more skill to use this thing compared to the weapon at number 1, and it drops off a bit earlier than the weapon at number 1, so that's the only reason why I put it at number 2. But this gun is absolutely perfect. Love this liquefier. Which brings us to number 1. The best gun in Black Ops 2 Zombies is the Ice Staff, the upgraded Ice Staff in particular. I'm not really sure if this is even up for debate unless you're considering the pre-patch liquefier, but this thing is just so efficient at killing zombies that I just can't put it any lower than number 1. You shoot it, the upgraded shot is like a storm, ice storm that swirls around, and anything inside that storm is dead. I think it drops off after round 112, but who's getting past round 112? Not many people. So yeah, you shoot it and everything around you dies. It's not the best at saving you compared to the other staffs, but ultimately, if you know you're about to enter a bad situation, you just shoot it and you're going to be fine. So a lot of people like to say this thing's like a 0 out of 10 for saving you, but it's more just sort of middle of the road. You know you're going to get in a bad situation and you shoot the ice staff and then everything's going to be okay, especially if you've got the shield and you turn away from the zombies. But yeah, this thing's got a good amount of ammo. It could have more ammo, but it's got a good amount of ammo. Yeah, its single shot is actually really weak, but it's just the charge shot that makes this thing the best. It does the most damage. It's just the easiest to use. You could just sit and camp with it and you're going to get to a really high round. There's not really more to say about the ice stuff. I think everyone knows that this gun is just absolutely amazing. So yeah, number one, ISAR. If you disagree, I will personally come to your house and fight you. I will absolutely do that. But yeah, that is the rankings. If you've made it this far for some reason, you've watched the video entirely. I'm not sure why you would do that. You know, thanks a lot. I do appreciate it. If you like the video for whatever reason, be sure to leave a like. Or if you disagree with the video and think I made some mistakes or spread misinformation, because I love spreading misinformation, tell me in the comments how much of an idiot I am and how much you really want to physically hurt me because of my really bad Black Ops 2 zombie weapon opinions. I'd really appreciate that. Any feedback is good feedback, so let me know what you think. But yeah, like and subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to force you to do that. But if you for some reason want me to do this again on another game, like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 3 for an example, I could do that if you want me to, but only if you want me to. So yeah, cheers.